Championship weekend. Oh baby, it's one of maybe not the important race, maybe not the most important race that Americans are looking at this weekend, but heck, it's up there. Into a very special championship edition of On the Pedal. We have looks like my dog, sorry guys, my dog is at the door. He always likes to come in on these videos, especially when it's such a championship contention video this week. And the championship has so much stakes. We look at the championship weekend as a whole, and we know that this weekend is just so big for so many different people, including everybody within the community of NASCAR. And who knows, it's 3 p.m. guys, Eastern time, so where I am, 3 p.m. Start time, November 8th on NBC. We are so excited to start this one off. Go tune in, NBC. 3 p.m. I have a chance to be on the beginning of the broadcast, type deal, just for like a short little time. So remember, if you guys happen to see me, drop it in the comments and yeah, get this channel rolling. And that's not what it was meant for. I just like being on TV. I hope to be a sports announcer one day. So yeah, that is great. Anyway, let's continue what we had happening today right now. I'm going to look at all 4 championship contenders. I'm going to talk about the bad things about them, the good things about them. Who is their underdog candidate? Who is the candidate that I think will win the championship this year for 2020 NASCAR Championship? I'm saying candidate. It's really the driver. Don't know why. I think it's just on the mood of this week. Anyway, let's get right into it now. Let's start with Joey Logano, who has won one race in the 750 horsepower. That came in Phoenix, so pretty good there. He's actually considered by many people in the media as maybe the underdog of this race. And I think that is something that you really have to look at, is Phoenix Motor Speedway being that 750 rules package, that 750 aero package, must favor Joey Logano by a slim margin. I think, to me, I thought he was going to be one of those higher up candidates. I thought he was going to be one of the ones that we were really looking at as potential to win the race and a potential to win the championship. Apparently, right now, a lot of people in the media are thinking that he's the underdog here. I think Joey Logano has a lot going for him. That win, that 750 win before pandemic at Phoenix. This is during pandemic. No practice, no qualifying. Championship race. We have not seen a championship race like this ever before, and it is very cut. So I see a lot going towards Joey Logano. We will continue to follow this story as it develops, but Joey Logano is, in my opinion, got to be someone that you look at and you favor in this one. I know many people are thinking otherwise, that we can't look at Joey Logano seriously, but he's a champion in NASCAR no matter what you think of Joey Logano. And Phoenix Motor Speedway is one of his better tracks. And I think for him, if Kevin Harvick was in this race, this would be a big thing where they were thinking, oh God, Kevin Harvick's here. We still may or may not have a chance at this win. But since the major fact that Kevin Harvick is out, he's not competing in a championship, I think it's a monkey off of Joey Logano's back. And I think that's why you look at Joey Logano in a positive way. Why would I say you look at Joey Logano in a negative way here at this track? Is also the other candidates here have been historically strong here. They've all, I think that these other candidates really pose as a threat to Joey Logano. So watch it, watch the media, watch the things happen, and let's see what can go on. I mean, Joey Logano's other weakness, I think, is his Penske stuff. I think he's strong here, But I also think that he has many weaknesses in his way of the way the car has handled his grip. His recent momentum, yes, winning at Kansas, but his momentum in the recent days is what could cause Joey Logano to lose this race. Now let's head over to the next candidate that we have here, the next contender, the challenger, who will also be competing in Sunday afternoon championship event. Chase Elliott. Here we go. Benefits and my many flaws for him. I think he has a lot going for him. Number one, he's starting on the pole, and that's always great for a driver to know, especially in these playoff format where he's starting on the pole. He knows he has a decent amount of track position. Chase Elliott's also ranked up quite a bit of wins this year, but that 750 rules package, he has not gotten so many wins, 2 wins on it to be exact. So watching him go out and see what he can do. Can he take these negative opinions of him and what his team and this 750 horsepower, what the rules package, I think is so many people are looking at right now, is can Chase Elliott really break the fact that he has the 750 rules package and he hasn't done well as, say, one other of these contenders who really jumps out as a favorite to me. I really look towards this. I really look at Chase Elliott and say that's his lowest thing right now, is how he's performed on the 750. The other good thing, though, is the momentum on his side. Like, he just won Martinsville. He also can, another kind of short track, I think Phoenix does register as a short track. And I think he really can go out comfortable in this. No one can go out comfortable. But I think starting on the pole, he can extend his lead. I bet the team's going to have a wicked fast car. He's going to be able to soar to the front. And with him going to the front, he's really going to have speed. He's really going to have good options. And he's really going to be able to work on the little things he needs, everything he needs to do, and how he needs to work on these teeny little details he's going to be able to do. And I think that's really why many of you at home even, are thinking Chase Elliott has an opportunity to win this race. Starting on the pole, his pit crew, they had a few mishaps, and I think this goes in as a disadvantage for Chase Elliott. The pit crew is going to need to pick up their options. They're going to need to pick it up because you're not going to be able to have mishaps in the championship. Your driver needs to be on his game, and your pit crew needs to be on his game. But ranking the contenders, Chase Elliott is just at the bottom of my list. Yes, he won at Martinsville. His recent success has just been terrible. Chevrolet's recent success in the championship and in the playoffs, not even much better there. So really looking at this race, I'm thinking to you guys, I hate to say it, Chase Elliott's got to be really lowest on my ranking. Also not experienced in this situation when it comes down to it. Two of these other drivers have had championship experience a lot. You know, they've been in the championship for a lot. They know how to make these situations. They've lost the championship for many times. And I'm talking about the two Penske drivers. Not very confident in Denny Hamlin in this race either. But these two drivers, Chase Elliott doesn't have the experience of needing to make a last-minute pit stop, hitting his marks on pit road. We also never seen a championship race here, so you kind of have to throw all those things out the window. But this one, I'm really focusing on just those last 10 laps. If you're leading and someone's on your back bumper competing for the championship, or even if you're in second or third, you have to know your position and you have to know where you are. And not ever being here before also really shies me on Chase Elliott's opportunity as time goes on. But we will see what can happen. I mean, Chase Elliott has been very good and surprised many people. He'll be one of the youngest championship ever to be in NASCAR if he can pull this one off. But I really think he's not going to be able to do it. The experience is really concerning me right now. Experience in everything. You see a rookie team go in to the NFL Super Bowl, it's different than NASCAR. Because when you have a rookie driver who's never been here before in this situation, it's different than a round of 8 situation. You can't compare it to anything else. Championship 4, it's very different. We go to another driver. Brad Keselowski. I got a lot of good things to say for him. The last championship he won was 04. Guys, if I'm wrong on that, I'm so sorry, but I believe it was 04. And that was the last one he won. And when he won that, it was great. Everyone was happy for him. But it's been a long time. It's been a wicked... No, I think I really got it wrong. He wasn't 04. I'm just not even going to take a guess here. I'm thinking in my head of who won 04 and who won 06. It was 12. 2012 was the time he won the championship, guys. I got it. Big brain. But he won the championship in 2012. And when he won this race, it was very exciting because we're looking at a contender who has experience and championship experience. He's won a championship. That's a championship experience in enough for me to say I agree with him and I like where he's going here. Championship experience is a great thing to have when you go into these races, but the other thing that he has that I think all three of these other contenders don't have is so more races in the championship for. He's been in the championship for last year, the year after that, I think even the year before that, and I think he was there for Kyle Busch's championship. I believe he was there for Kevin Harvick's championship. He was there for Joey Logano's championship. He's been in many of these situations before. So when you have two drivers that have won a championship, out of all these four drivers, this is a very interesting camp of drivers. I say you look at the 2-car as your most experienced in the championship for. He's been there many times, and I think Joey Logano is your second most experienced. And I know Denny Hamlin fans are not going to like this, but Hamlin has not been in the championship for enough for me to say he's experienced enough to win it all. I mean, he was there last year for his teammate Kyle Busch's championship, but I don't think he wasn't there for Kyle Busch's first championship. He wasn't there for the second one. And Brad Keselowski's been there for both Kyle Busch championships, and he's also been there for Kevin Harvick championship, which was 2014. So it's a very narrow group we got going here in the 04 division, but he's got to be the most experienced, and that's what he has going for him. The thing he doesn't have going for him was a very slow playoffs. Richmond, he won, but he point his way into the round the round of 4. I think he has good things going for him, but that's got to be the thing. Momentum. The lack of being able to win races. Another really good thing when you look at him is the 750 horsepower rules package. He's won majority of his races on this rule package, most of his racing on this rule package. That's why I'm looking at that lack of momentum. I kind of thrown it out that window there because we haven't really ran the 750 horsepower rules package yet. Really look at Brad Keselowski. 750 rules package. I'm very excited for what he can do and how he can develop this rules package and how he can continue to take this to the next level. Because if he can really pull off this rules package where this track is going to really devour on this track we have never seen in the championship, but we know from past races that the 750 rules package is in favor and he's won more of these races. I'm looking forward to seeing who ends up pulling it off, who ends up going to victory lane, but watch for the 2-car to really just dominate this race. Maybe he doesn't win it, but I see him in the lead most of the time tonight. Maybe he doesn't pull off his second championship. I think he's very deserving of it, and I haven't been always a Brad K fan, but I'm opening up to Brad Keselowski. You know, I'm never going to be another fan than Kyle Busch, but I'm opening up to Brad Keselowski. I am not opening up to Joey Logano, and you're going to hear that. Final contender of the evening that we're going to talk about tonight is Denny Hamlin. He's coming in here in an interesting situation. What a terrible playoff. Under review, by the way, by NASCAR earlier this week for breaking a rule violation. They thought he broke a rule violation. So NASCAR was like, we're reviewing you, we're putting you under investigation. And NASCAR was strong on this investigation and really made it known that they weren't going to shy away from saying bye-bye Denny Hamlin in the Championship 4. But I don't know what they did. I think they just didn't want to mess around with what they were getting already from the press, that they have a Championship 4, and the press already released the Championship 4, and I don't think they wanted to mess around with the Championship 4, which is a smart move. I don't blame them. It's a very smart move for them not to mess with the Championship 4, and I think them doing that wouldn't have been a good condition, but we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm trying to think here, Denny Hamlin, if nothing came in for fruition, and I didn't expect anything to come in for fruition there. The other thing is he really only got in. He got in by 1 point, guys. 1 point is what Denny Hamlin got into this playoff by. So very concerned for Denny Hamlin. What a bad weeks they've had. Week after week after week. It happened before the round of 16. Their points at least carried them in. Round of 12, it continued. The round of 8, they really suffered and barely won this one. Barely got into the round of 4. So bad lately. This continuous trend what makes me seem to believe that it's going to end? 750 horsepower, we've seen it in the playoffs. They haven't done anything with it. They have not shown good signs of where they are right now. I think they're on that bottom of the list here. Denny Hamlin is also known to choke it in the playoffs, that's why I'm very pessimistic. Is it Denny Hamlin's year? And I say no. I just think he is way out of the picture. He cannot be looked at seriously right now with the way his trends are going. But on a bright side for Denny Hamlin, he's won the most races out of anyone in this championship race. Actually, you combine most of these people's wins, and Denny Hamlin has either tied or more than them. So you really got to look at it in a way that Denny Hamlin's team, his pit crew has got to be one of the best in the garage. Joe Gibbs Racing always seems to have good pit crews. They're going to load out their best equipment. They're going to talk to Kyle Busch. Well, what was your equipment like at your set? They're going to talk to Martin Truex Jr. Well, when we ran this truck, you did pretty good. Martinsville, 750 horsepower in a while back. We ran pretty good there. Can you tell us what you did? Eric Jones might be a different situation earlier this week, but I bet they'll say, hey, how and why? And they're going to make a great car for the championship. For Denny Hamlin, it's going to be one of the best cars Denny Hamlin had, and I think that's something good for him. When you have a very high camp like this that is running very well, it works in Denny Hamlin's favor, and he's going to get a pretty good margin here, and I think he's going to get the best car he can get and the best team he can get. So before I rank and tell you who my champion is, remember 3 p.m. Eastern Time, November 8th on NBC, guys. Comment down below who your champion is, out of these four, of course. Who was your early championship pick? I think Kevin Harvick. That was mine. Yeah, mine was Kevin Harvick. Didn't really work out for me. But my second option was not Denny Hamlin. So, or if I don't know. I have to rewatch that video. But let's go right into it, guys. Let's get right into the meaty part of this video. You guys want to know who I think out of these four is going to win the championship. And I'm going to rank them all 1 to 4, champion being the top, fourth being the lowest here. But this weekend's going to be interesting. And a few questions pop up every championship, so I'm going to answer them. They're kind of like questions when you do a FanDuel. Will this race be won by a champion? Will the champion win the race? And it's been a consistent record at this series, the Cup Series, for so many years that the champion wins the race. And we have a pretty elite championship field this year that I think they are going to go for the win. But we also have a pretty elite non-championship field that really run well here at Phoenix. Kyle Busch, for example, is starting to turn it around here. I think he'll let the champions race it out. But Kevin Harvick, also so good at this racetrack, he's not going to just let him go. Alex Bowman has been pretty decent here at Phoenix as well in the past. These guys are all wanting a final win of the season, even though it doesn't matter to them. They still want a final win of the season. They're all still competing for 5th in points. That's a pretty big margin of victory. So what I want to say here quickly is that this is a question I think everyone's asking. Will it be won, and will this happen? I think that sorry guys. I think that Kyle Busch, I think that Kevin Harvick have a good chance of winning this race. But key to victory, the key to win this race is speed. Well, these championship cars have speed. They haven't had speed the last few weeks. So I'm going to go on a limb here. I'm going to say the champion does not win this race. It'll finish in the top 5. But I don't think the champion's going to win. I think we're going to see a non-champion win the race. That was a head scratcher there. Will the champion win the race? I don't think the champion's going to win the race. No. Will the champion start in the pole? Well, we know who's starting in the pole, and that's the 9 car. No, the champion will not start in the pole, in my opinion. Maybe you're narrowing down who my champion pick is. Will the champion lead the most laps? Tough one to predict here. The champion, these are questions that I've came up with in my head, guys, not anything you guys asked. The champion will most likely lead a majority of the laps. But that doesn't support what I said in the beginning, my first take where the champion's not going to win the race. I don't think the champion's going to win the race. Do I think they'll lead the most laps? No, but I think they'll lead a good portion of the laps. Here, one more question that we have about the championship week. Oh, 2 more, but one of them is fairly important. Will the top teams, we have 3 good teams. But it's always a question, it's always fun when we come in here. Will a team with 2 competitors get very physical? What is it like inside the camp when you have 2 competitors going for a championship? We've seen Joe Gibbs had 3 one year, and they did not pull it off. Guys, I think you have to think that Penske has a good opportunity here. Haven't won a championship since Joey Logano's 2018. It wasn't that long ago. But I think you really think which teams will run better, which teams will have more or less competition. And the teams that are going to have less competition, in my mind, are going to be your 22 team. It's going to be not your 22. It's going to be your 9 and your 11 because they don't have anyone else competitive in the championship race. So that's kind of how I look at that one. Those two are really going to both need to not really going to share equipment with each other. I mean, drivers always tell us it's the same, but it's not. I doubt it. I bet they don't share equipment at all. Time for the question that you all have been waiting for. Who is my champion out of these 4? I'm not even going to go off on a limb. I'm not even going to mess around. My champion is Brad Keselowski. He's going to win his 2nd championship at Phoenix. Will not be shocked if he pulls it in and finally gets that 2nd championship. It's been a long time for Brad Keselowski fans since the last time they got a championship, so I bet Brad wins it. And I'm so confident in him, and I'm so confident with him in the 750 horsepower package. I doubt that. I haven't watched any of the YouTubers yet in a while about what they're thinking about this weekend. I'm sure a lot of people are leaning towards Denny Hamlin. I'm really leaning towards Brad Keselowski. If that's what other YouTubers said too, and I just made a false statement that I might be the only one, sorry, I have not looked around in a while. But thank you all for watching this video. But before I end it, here we go. My first is Brad Keselowski. My second is Joey Logano. Yeah, I kind of threw you guys off there. But reason for my first being Brad Keselowski and my second, I do not like Joey Logano, but I just think he's going to run good here. I mean, he has speed, he has momentum, he is going to be dangerous in these playoffs and dangerous in this championship race. And I think he's not a choker like Denny Hamlin is, who is in my 3rd bracket there. I just think he has one of those better opportunities to go out and win this championship too. He has a good opportunity, but I just don't think he's going to do it. I don't think he's going to pull it off. And then 4th place is Chase Elliott. He'll have a good run, I bet. I bet he'll have a good run. Learn a lot out of this playoffs, and next time he comes in the championship 4, be a real contender. But now I just can't take him seriously in a championship condition. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had fun making it. And we will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday. I'm recording this video on Wednesday night, but Sunday we have a race, and this video came out today, Saturday. So tomorrow, Sunday night, when we have a champion, and who the champion is, we'll get that next. Thanks, guys. Have a fabulous day. Peace out.